Hello, my name is Estelle, and for my project I decided to look into photo essays. And first what I did was kind of like research what exactly how to make a photo essay and what it was, because I wasn't sure exactly if it had certain requirements for it to count as a photo essay, or just what's the difference between a series of photographs and photo essay. After doing the research, I put all the information into an infographic, which I'm going to show you next. So this is the infographic. The next slides, I'm gonna break it down and explain the different parts. So how to create a photo essay. So a photo essay is basically a series of photographs in a specific order that they convey an emotion, tell a story, or present an idea to an audience. There are two types of photo essays. Some of them are purely photographic, so it's just a collection of photographs in a specific order. And then other ones are accompanied by text, so that can either be captions, comments, or an actual full essay. So the first step is determining a topic, what you want your essay to be about. You have to choose something you're interested or passionate about, because you don't want to be working on something you don't really want to be working on. Types of photo essays would be narrative, which tells a story in a chronological order. A thematic, which addresses a topic or an issue. So examples would be time sequence, kind of profiling a location, a person, an idea, or an event. And then you have to find a purpose. So you have to think about why someone should care about a photo essay. So it could either inform, which tells the story of an important event the Boston bombing or something like that. Entertain, which draws emotions or response from a person. Inspire, so it gets someone to want to change a certain aspect of society. Or educate, so which teaches the viewer about something. So then after you kind of determine your topic, you have to make pre-arrangements. So you have to research your topic, so you kind of rounded in the area. Work on collaboration, so if you want to work with people, get in touch with them, stuff like that. And then make travel plans, how you're gonna get there and timing and everything. And then also if it involves other people, you should try to be flexible and all that. Then you have to create a shot list, because when you go out, you have to have a general idea of what kind of photos you want to take. So there should be a scene setter, which kind of sets the stage and shows where your story is gonna take place, kind of an establishing shot. There's an action shot, which shows people doing what you're reporting on. The portrait, a detail shot and close-up, which kind of show a close-up of whatever you're reporting on, the details. And then medium shot. And the next step would be taking the photos. So shoot with abundance, the more the better, because then you have a wider variety to choose from. Play with your angles and your focus, and keep in mind elements of photography like lighting, framing, and rule of thirds and all that. Then it's editing your photographs. So you should go through them and make selections of the best ones that suit your goals or convey the emotion you want to convey. And then they need to tell a story, but they don't necessarily need to be in chronological order, just whatever order makes sense for your story. Then you have to organize them. So kind of an essay structure, there has to be kind of an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. And the picture should tie together as a whole, so that can either be a common theme, color, composition, lighting, just something that makes it a coherent. Okay, so when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to make my essay on, or my photo essay on, I played with a bunch of ideas, and then lots of didn't work out in the end because of scheduling, and my sister was gonna put on a play at our middle school, but then they changed the date, so then it happened yesterday, and I couldn't really photograph that because I didn't have time. So my family goes to Brentwood. I don't know if you've been there. It's it's a few hours from here every year to go cherry picking and stuff like that. So it's basically I wanted to document that experience and kind of capture the environment and the atmosphere. So I'm going to show you the photo essay in a second, but some of the troubles I encountered was that the time of day I was shooting was midday, and it was like really, really hot and like really sunny, so like the lighting wasn't like the most flattering in lots of cases. And also, since it was like a cherry orchard, like there were lots of like weird shadows everywhere, and it was like really bright in one side and like really dark in the other, so I had to like find a way to like balance that. So yeah, these are the photos I took. So first one. Yeah, that's it.
Estelle, where is that?
Brentwood, so
Where's Brentwood?
Near Tracy?
I think so. Yeah, further that